Law enforcement in Hamilton County is pushing to create better relationships between themselves and people of color. This following the death of George Floyd and the public outcry for better police policies. Our Travis Cummings spoke to leaders of both law enforcement agencies here in Chattanooga. Travis?
Yes, Cindy, the Chattanooga Police Department has implemented a new policy and is highlighting another. Meanwhile, the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office says it will continue to practice what it has been training on.
I am committed to the safety, security, and the happiness of the people in our city.
On Facebook Live this week, Chattanooga Mayor Andy Berg addressed strides being made by Chattanooga law enforcement.
Even if we have those policies, we want them to be the best that they can be.
After a week of protests calling to mend broken relationships between officers and communities of color, Police Chief David Roddy implemented the duty to intervene policy. It requires any member of the police department to intervene and stop a fellow officer if they are seen committing misconduct or engaging in abusive behavior, and reporting it. The chief also highlighted the department's policy to verbally warn suspects prior to shooting.
What we do and what we train to here are what I expect my officers to follow.
Hamilton County Sheriff Jim Hammond says all of his policies are remaining the same. In addition to undergoing more than 40 hours of training, he says his deputies follow nearly 500 national standards for what's acceptable in policing. And if any are broken, like he says in George Floyd's case.
That's one of the reasons you have a disciplinary. That's one of the reasons you have IA. That's one of the reasons you have the courts. When an officer does not follow through with his training, he needs to be charged and or disciplined for that.
Chattanooga and Hamilton County leader says the training will continue and the discussion too.
You're never going to have a day when you reach a plateau where you say, now we're trained, we'll have no more problems. When you got human nature, you're always going to have problems. You're always going to have officers that screw up.
We have to have real discussions about the state of race, both in our policing, but also the rest of society.
And the police department's new duty to intervene policy is effective immediately and was added to their online system yesterday, where all officers are required to read and sign. Now, Sheriff Hammond says the sheriff's office has ordered body cameras, which deputies will train to use. The date for that rollout is unclear. Reporting in the studio tonight, Travis Cummings, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Travis.